Hello everyone, LRon here, and I am today going to get started on the Postal 2 Paradise Lost defeat the game on Postal difficulty achievement. That is harder than r/gonewild, and I should probably mention now that I'm not too thrilled with the name of the achievement. I had no clue what that even was before googling what the hell is r/gonewild. And I found out that it's one of the two things that are involved in my chief complaints about the visitors of the bed and breakfast down below me. And I'll give you a hint, it isn't Netflix. But I guess, long story short, it was very easy to get there, so it was not hard at all. It was just a simple Google search away, so I'm pretty sure it is exponentially more difficult to, in reality, achieve Scientology level OT8 than it is to find r/gonewild. Therefore, in theory, this achievement should be a breeze. And with all of our OT8 experience back in the base Postal 2 game, which I made a guide for over a year ago. So if you're just starting up with me, you may want to actually go back to the OT8 guide as reference, because that'll give us some good tools that I'll be using in this particular run as well. And also, back in the OT8 guide, I was extremely disciplined. In this particular run, I'm probably going to be a lot more reckless. So, if you want to learn good habits and whatnot, the OT8 guide is probably the way to start. And also, this opening's kind of a bit backwards for me. I end up going with the shotgun, which is a weapon that I hate and I pretty much never use in the OT8 guide except for against police officers. Before you get the machete or the hatchet. But I basically make the executive decision that the shovel without the taser isn't going to be good enough. So I come up here and pick up the Kevlar and got some ammos from downstairs, and then I get this shotgun over here. And then that's going to start us off. And so in my experience so far in Paradise Lost, this is actually going to be my only third or fourth time playing through Paradise Lost. I played once or twice on average, and then did the speed run and the pacifist run simultaneously on Libre mode. So that's why I was set to Libre mode before. I was trying to just kill two birds with one stone as simply as possible. And so I guess before I was going off on that tangent, in my experience here in Paradise Lost, I've noticed that the shotgun successfully does one-hit decapitations more frequently than it did back in the base Postal 2, so that's very good for us, at least early on when we're kind of stuck using it. One thing I should probably note early on, we do want to collect as much money as possible. Money does have a purpose here in Paradise Lost, unlike the OT8 run, given the fact that money can be used in vending machines, and vending machines are not operated by people, which means they're not going to be KOS to us, which means we will not be denied their service. And the stuff in them can be extremely useful for us, given the fact that we cannot store healing items and that kind of stuff, so if we run out of healing potential, we can go to the vending machines and heal up, and get replacement Kevlar and super vests, and stock up on ammo if we decide that the machete route's not the way to go. And of course, when I say we, I mean you, because I'm pretty much going to use the machete as much as humanly possible. That's right, the machete's back, and the machete is just as great as I remember her. So all the bad stuff that happened in Postal 3 to the machete, that all got nullified, and the machete's pretty much just how we left her back in base Postal 2, and that is fantastic. My only minor grievance is that some mobs have natural resistance to the boomeranging effect, and I guess technically some even have resistance to the slashing effect as well. I'm staring at you, Gary Colemans of the world, with those stupid little mechanical stilts. And the hazmat guys, I'm staring at them for the boomerang part at least. And so I notice this corner here, and it's like, ooh, this is going to be a great place to funnel people to. And just in the nick of time, because it looks like I'm going to have half a dozen guys on me. So we get ourselves nice and primed, and I see a butterfly knife. It's like, yoink! I've had limited success with the butterfly knife here compared to base Postal 2. There are some mobs that seem to resist the one-hit backstab sneak attack, kind of like the cops did in the OT8 run.
Surprise.
Yes, this is probably an important point I should probably make right now. I have not completed the achievement yet. This is my first run, so I have no point of reference. I don't have something like in the OT8 guide where I had done it previously and then came back to do it again, so I don't have the equivalents to the October run. So a lot of my points of reference is really just coming from the OT8 run, both the October one and the recorded one. And then also what I've done in the lesser difficulties here in Paradise Lost in the previous few weeks. So technically speaking, there is a possibility that I will fail to complete the achievement, but I consider that possibility to be an impossibility, so consider yourself in good hands, because I've appraised the situation and decided that it is not necessary for me to go and do a dry run on my own and then do it again. Essentially all of the components extrapolated in my mind to work out just fine. And if you don't trust me, because I haven't done this yet, go back to the OT8 guide and watch my success there. I mean, this is the exact same game with just, you know, modified storyline and
I gotta find more of that good stuff.
Minor modifications to the geography. So the physics is all generally the same and that kind of stuff. So a lot of what I've done in Postal mode before that's been tested and proven will still be functioning here as well. Back in the October run, or not the October run, the OT8 run, rather, I cut up the videos to always be at, like, you know, graceful points, like when I saved or when I zoned. I decided I'm going to take a different approach this time. I'm going to go for breaks in combat that will maximize the time, so as close to 10 minutes as I can. So the general goal there is to avoid, you know, the repeated, you know, 5, 6, 7 minute videos. So, I mean, that might happen if there is long stretches of combat, but generally I'm hoping to get things, you know, in the 9+ minute range for you guys. So that's going to be it for this video. I will see you next video. Good luck, have fun.